Hey guys, today marks an awesome day, and kind of a bad day, but it got better. I asked my mom to get me the PS4, and everyone's been following this for, gosh, like years and years as it's been developing and stuff. I'm also wearing Star Wars because 2015 is coming up soon. Anyways, so I was really excited about getting the PS4, as most of the entire world is excited about getting the PS4. So I got it, and when I got it, I realized that my mom got me a PS3. I already have a PS3. She didn't realize that 4 is different than 3. So she thought it was just cheaper, so she got this, which is not, because the PS4 is $400. This one is like $200 right now, so she probably would have known the difference, but she didn't know. So give me a shout out if anyone wants it. Let me know, because I have no need for it. I already have like 6 controllers, so I don't really need that many. But anyways, I did get the PS4. And this controller, I just wanted to talk about the controller because it's phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Mind-blowing. And the reason why it's mind-blowing is because it's much more similar to the Xbox 360 controller, which I've always enjoyed the most because of these triggers right here. These triggers, just the way they're shaped, they kind of hook around your fingers, and they keep your fingers kind of there. I don't know, for me it's easier to hold. Like, if people have huge hands, and obviously you're screwed anyways for any kind of controller. But the triggers are just easier to pull. Your fingers naturally pull right there. For the old PS3, they have these weird, like, slopey ones, and for some reason they're just never as tactile for shooter games as they were for the Xbox 360. And the PS3 sticks, they're really high. They're much higher than the Xbox 360 if you look at it. So when you are moving them around like this, is a lot more distance you have to go for when you're playing like a first-person shooter or whatever game. There's a lot more distance. So it works really well for certain games like Uncharted and stuff like that. But overall, like, if I was going to play a game like Halo or Battlefield or whatever, I think the Xbox 360 was always my choice. But now, the PS4 controller, the sticks, you can tell, that's kind of hard. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, they're a little bit shorter, just a little bit shorter, and they're hogging the space. These have a round top, where these kind of go in a little bit, and they hold your thumbs on it a little bit easier. It's just nicer to grip. It does come with this really awesome light. I probably just turned on my PS4 downstairs. But it's really cool. The light is really neat. I think they're going to use it to interact with a lot of interesting games, because you can kind of see it on your hands as you're playing, and so I imagine when you get hit from a game, it might flash red or do something. I think it's going to be really cool. The touchpad is pretty flippin' incredible. I was not expecting it to work as well as it does. Now, I haven't played too many games that use it just yet. I have Assassin's Creed 4, and you can use it for map, which is awesome. But it's also a button. You can also click on it. It's a really nice button. Like, it has a good click. It feels really good. It's a lot better than I was expecting it to be. There's also a little speaker. Speaker is pretty awesome. I'll tell you why, because the Wii had speakers on its little controllers, and it was kind of cool. When you'd shoot an arrow, you'd hear it go shunk, and then you'd hear it land on the TV, so you'd feel that distance, which was a neat aspect to it. This speaker is definitely a lot better than the Wii one. They've definitely, that one's old, so this one's a lot newer, so it's a lot better speaker quality. And so for the game that came free on the PlayStation 4 called Resogun, so definitely put in your PlayStation Network Plus account that gives you 30 days, and you can get that game. And it's pretty awesome. It's like pretty flippin' amazing. Like, the graphics are nuts. Like, the amount of physics in it is pretty crazy. But it uses the speaker a lot, so you'll hear these little voice commands or things, whatever, shouting out like "save me" or whatever. But it's really cool. Like, it actually sounds awesome, and it just adds a really unique aspect to it. Then there's also 2 other buttons. There's no start button, but there is an option and a share button. The option button is used kind of almost like a start button, basically, for various options. So if you want to go to the options of a game, you click on that, so it's kind of like a pause button as well. And that works really well. And the share button is really amazing because you can set it up so that if you just double click it or you tap once, you can save a screenshot. You can go to a menu that you can upload clips because the PS4 is automatically capturing 15 minutes of gameplay constantly. So as soon as you stop, you could go back through 15 minutes of footage and find that clip that you tossed a grenade down somebody's pants and they blew up really quick, and share it with your friends because everyone wants to see that. The D-pad is really awesome. I'm really liking it because it has a much better feel than the PS3. This one feels a little sticky, and these are more clicky, to not find a better word for it. It's really responsive, and so far, I've played maybe like 5 or 6 hours on it so far from last night and this morning. I was able to get on the PlayStation Network and sign it up. I know people have had problems with their PlayStation 4s. I've had no problem. Somebody said that if you get a PS4, double check the HDMI connection to make sure there's not like some weird metal piece that's slightly bent out that you have to press back in. I had nothing in it, but I just checked it in case you jam something in it and bend it off and break it or something. So double check that. I'll probably be picking up another controller soon. But also another with the triggers. They're closer to the Xbox one. How they have, see the ridge? They're like really close to that kind of, I think it's concave, I believe. Yeah, so yeah, your fingers just rest on it a lot easier. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's a wonderfully made controller. It has a connection to add right here. I think you can see it on the light. To add a headset if you have just like if you don't have like a Bluetooth one or something. So other than that, like definitely go get one. Wow, it's really impressive. One of the coolest things I think so far is you're playing a game and you press the PlayStation button, which is this one right here, and it goes out to the main menu. And if you have a PS3 and you're used to pressing it, it goes out to this kind of like options menu where you can do things. But because of the limited RAM on the older systems, it always has this lag. So when you come back in the game, it always takes a couple seconds. Or even on PC, when you tab out of a game, your screen has to resize and readjust and stuff. But you press this, and it's literally that fast. Like, it's extremely quick. And you can go do something else. You can go browse, do something else, and come right back to the game and be back in it. And press the button, bam, it's done. You can also double tap it, which is really cool. And if you double tap it, it goes to the opposite app you were working on. So it doesn't go to the home page. So let's say you're doing browsing and then you want to go back to your game. If you press the button once, you go back to the main menu. If you double tap, it goes to the game. So, or the opposite app that you're using. So I have a feeling PS4 is really going to do really well, especially in the next coming months and probably spring as new games start coming out and it starts getting updated and patches come out that fix, whatever, the problems happen with the usual start of a new generation or just new hardware. But yeah, extremely impressed. Definitely go get one. And make sure if your mom is buying you one, say the number 4. Like PS4, not PS3, because this thing is old news. So yeah, send me a message if you're interested, if you're still playing on a PS2 or something like that. But see you guys.